Hey, it's Ubu, and today we're playing the alpha build for a game called End of Ember, which is basically a roguelite that pays homage to games like Binding of Isaac and other great horror classics. It's developed by Bad Plan Studios, and you can find this alpha build on itch.io. Now, I couldn't get the game to give me a download file on the itch.io app, but I was able to get it to work through my web browser, so try that instead. They reached out to me through email and asked me to play this and give my thoughts on it, like I usually do, so I appreciate you reaching out, and I appreciate the opportunity, so thank you. So basically, we play as Ember, who ends up finding themselves trapped in hell with gory, visceral homages and whatnot to horror classics, like I said. So it definitely has a charm about it right out of the gate, and there is no main menu, so this is why we're just kind of sitting here in her room. This is how the game starts. So anyways, if you're not familiar with my channel, at the end of the video, I will review the game and share my general thoughts. And I will keep in mind that this is in early production, so I will definitely take that into account as I play this. So anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and move on. Looks like we can look around her room. So this is her calendar, and her birthday is today? I'm not sure. Anyways, she goes to therapy a lot, and yeah, she likes stickers. Cool. You can look around the room at some art. Ah! Alright, let's see. I like the music. Photos so I can be in the hallway with mom and dad. Mum. Also, I'm using a controller. It's recommended to use a controller. This guy's drunk on the lawnmower. What are you doing? This is a weapon pickup. Press or push the right thumbstick to throw a brick. Okay. Right trigger to punch guests. Go bother your mother on the dance floor. Take this! Well, that screen shake is something. What's she doing here? I didn't know they had a daughter. Little brat. Hey, hey, hey. Hold on to your dicks, guys. Mama's about to do her sexy whatever. Oh, okay. Our mom punched us straight to hell. Okay, okay. Eli Smith. Chad. The Dan McGinnis game. Okay. Like hatred to dig your way up out of hell or spend it on upgrades. Alright. You can roll, melee, interact, shoot. Oh. Okay. Damages enemies a lot. Add a new full health jar to Ember and increase her fire rate. Twice as big and twice as powerful. Dynamite bombs. Okay. Unpause like a hero, be a coward and quit. I'm just kind of hitting buttons and seeing what they do. Looks like we have some stats here. Okay. Okay, that's how we... Oh my god, those are huge explosions. What the hell? Okay, wow, this is jarring. Ah, evil babies! Ooh. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's definitely gory. Trying to get used to all the stuff happening on the screen. What do these do? Ew. Okay. I'm blocking my health from the top left. Sorry about that. I can change that in a second. Why are those bombs so ridiculous? Holy crap. Okay, I can't tell, like, what's a health pickup and, like, or whatever. You fricked it up. Or you fricked it. Have another go. Quit like a jabroni. Okay, so this game's actually pretty funny. It's very loud. I wish I had options to turn that down. Okay, I moved my camera, so you can see my health now. Possesses nearby enemies and damages them. Ember poops out a bum bomb every whatever. Bum bombs afflicts a sickness and enemies. Dodgy Vindaloos will do that to you. Okay, oh my god, look out. Oh, look at the little map in the bottom right, too. Okay. We just farted out a bomb. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh my gosh. Run away! That was the possession, I think, of the screaming there. We did it. Okay, let's go this way. I wonder what this eyeball health thing I have is. Not really sure. That upside down cross! That fart bomb explosion sound is really funny. Very extra. It looks like a butt. There's some major frame drops when I melee, so I probably won't be using that. Pretty solid music, actually. If I'm talking loud, I'm sorry, I can barely hear myself speak. It's The Exorcist. What's her name? Blair? Something Blair? I don't know. I can't remember. So now we have two eyeball things. I'm not really sure what that is. Yay, we got more teeth. I need to move my mouse. It doesn't like lock your mouse to the screen either, which is weird. Okay. I'm pretty immature when it comes to farts. It makes me laugh, so it'll probably make me laugh every time. Okay, my own fart bombs can hurt me. I'm not a fan of that. It came out in the hallway. Ah! Look out! So 18 teeth. We have 24 teeth. I just gotta make sure I don't fart bomb myself looking at these. Add an extra projectile to burst fire. Shoot super fast for 10 seconds. Press left trigger to use only once. Adds temporary health jar that damages all enemies on screen when depleted. I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna shoot these. Oh, okay. Is this a boss? Nope, just a big room. Oh my god. They shoot like little weird looking jelly beans at us. These noises are crazy. I guess we just kind of decide where we go. Oh no, is this a Rick and Morty reference? Never watched that show. The spider looks like a little Toy Story spider. Ow! They have drop acid. Gosh, maybe this is an alien. This is an alien reference. That's what it is. Gosh, that acid is rough. Yeah, it's definitely an alien reference. I'm sorry I said it was a... Shoot 2 extra knives out of your back. I don't know how I confused that with Rick and Morty. Revenge bomb. Drop a bomb each time you get damaged. Yes, the bombs can hurt you too. Oh, I'm well aware of that. The bombs are very dangerous. We can't go through any of these. I think I need to be like maybe pressing A on some things. I'm not sure. Maybe just like in the shop and stuff. We're learning as we go. Go for the fart bombs. Flying heads. Ow. Definitely some trial and error on figuring out what can hurt you and what can't. Maybe I'm running into stuff too. It's silly of me. Take that! The little sound reminds me of Don't Starve. Rape. Oh god. Whoa. Bit of a dangerous room over here. I think when I get better with just recognizing what's dangerous and what isn't, and just getting better at just playing the game in general, things will be pretty smooth, I'm sure. Ooh, we're going to the boss realm with like 1 health. I probably should have gone back to the store. Oh well. Sticker item. Okay. Secret runes exists. Okay. Alright, let's see how we do. Dear God! That looks really gross. What is this? Oh, I didn't read what that said. Okay, get off my land. 360-degree shotgun spread. Beefcake. More bullets. Lucky Luke. All stats up. I'm gonna do stats. That's a very interesting looking thing. Does it tell me what it's called? The Mutator. Okay. Alright, we got a satanic door. Let's check it out. Whoa. This is weird. Whoa. Oh! Not sure what this is. It's gross, whatever it is. There's a lot of body parts. Uh-oh. He's got fetuses. The spread of knives is really weird. I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing that. No! Take that, abomination. Whatever you are. Are my knives not actually hurting those weird things? Guess we just run in circles. Where is he taking damage? To his body now? Okay, okay. Can melee this stuff too. Oh! Something got me. Alright. That's okay. We're learning. That was a pretty cool boss. I think I just got too close and something got me. Let's go again. I like to see the different options. Voodoo Doll shoots a 360 spread of pins if enemies get too close. Will block 6 enemy bullets. Twice as big and twice as powerful. Dynamite bombs. Oh. Okay. Okay, we're getting some procedural stuff here. Different looking maps. It's pretty sick. I missed my fart bombs already. I'm taking hits already. Wow. An alien! The titular goat scream when he dies. Hell yeah. Is a Leatherface reference? I don't know. I'm trying to get them all right. All the ones that I see. Gosh, I'm so bad at seeing the enemy projectiles. I'm stuck! That was BS, dude. Let's go this way. Ooh, big circle. Linda Blair, that's what it was. I just remembered. Alright. So far, so good. Billy the fetus. Billy needs sustenance. I can't read all that fast. I guess it doesn't matter all that much, but it'd be good to know. Maybe I'm missing something. I got Galaga ships. Look at that. Floating around me. And Billy the fetus as well. Alright, poor guy. Okay, let's go. Kind of shop. Is he the Gremlins guy? Oh, there's stuff around the room in here. Chucky. Jason's mask. Annabelle. Some other things I'm sure I'm missing. Oh, the monkey. Okay, anyways, let's go. Let's get it. These acid spiders are awful. Uh-oh. Nice, nice. Oops, we spilled a bucket. Oh. Gross. Pew, 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 pew. The melee is really strong, but it definitely tanks the frame rate. Like on impact. I'll talk more about that at the end, but just pointing that out. Man! Oh, that bomb sure did. Almost broke the game. Like our face. We're just like, yay! We are very cheerful. Die, alien scum. Get 2 fighter ships that orbit you and shoot homing projectiles. Okay. We also got a golden tooth, it looked like. Maybe it's worth a bunch of teeth, because now I have 53. Cool stuff, cool stuff. Let's go. Yo, you can also dodge with B. Okay. Let's go up. It's a strange room. Aliens are charging up. Wow, look at all the teeth we have. We're rich. So far, this is pretty chill. My God. This is an Evil Dead reference. This room. Okay, for the jelly beans, whatever they're shooting at us, blood. You guys see right here. Ah, she put her hand out. What is this? Secret room in here, maybe? I'm just spamming A on everything. Just kind of exploring some of these rooms, just why not? I actually quite like the Evil Dead remake, at least the end of the movie. It's really cool and scary. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about our build. We have a lot of projectiles, we have some health and whatnot, and we have some big bombs, so always trust a fart. I don't know about that. Wish we had a shop, because, man, I have so many teeth. Okay, more bullets. Wait for it. Bullet hell every 5 seconds. Damage down. Emotional damage. Bullet damage up. Bullet speed down. Let's go with more bullets. Let's just try it. Obviously, there's a lot of ways you can probably experiment, and that's kind of the fun of roguelites and whatnot. Okay, now we fight giant, fat, evil monster man again. He didn't like that. Whoa, he's dead that fast? Well, our build is OP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't see. He's a penis monster. Or whatever. Can't really see what's going on. Did we kill him already? Oh, okay. Wow, our build was really broken because we killed him so fast. My God. Cheers for playing. Wishlist on Steam now, or you'll get bashed by a gibbon on the way home. Oh, a monkey. Okay. Alright. Alright, well, I would say I'm back in the main menu, but there isn't one. I'm back in her room. So I decided, I guess I'll go ahead and just review the game now. Obviously, there's a lot of replayability to be had in this game, different builds, different items that you come across, all that stuff you can buy in the shop, you know, the mutator stuff, but obviously getting to the first boss will end your run, but I'm sure, obviously, like you can see, you can just replay the game if you'd like and keep trying, and I'll leave that up to you to see what other kind of crazy builds you can come up with. I just so happened to find, I guess, just some of the best, like, projectile, like, pets or whatever you want to call them that fly around you, companions, and man, we like destroyed that boss. That was really cool. So obviously I'll keep in mind that this is an early production alpha build, but I will still share my general experience with you in my review here. So I'm going to start with visuals. I would say visually I quite like the game. I didn't really know if I would like actually playing the game, like looking at screenshots and things like that, because I don't usually care all that much what a game looks like, but I am a big fan of just unique art direction and things like that. I definitely appreciate art direction over just like photorealism or like whatever, you know. But so anyways, this game visually is, I would say, very charming, and I quite like its overall visual presentation. You know, looking at just her room here, the way it's, you know, populated with items and whatnot, and I just think that's really cool. You get to interact with the environment some, looking at some, maybe some fan-made art on the wall or something like that, and I think that's really cool. And of course, as we play the game and traverse through hell, we come across a myriad of creepy, disgusting monsters and weird rooms and horror references and stuff like that. So I would say visually the game is pretty nice. I don't really have an issue with it. I think my only issue, maybe just like not being so quite used to the game yet, is just right off the bat, the game is a little bit visually noisy. And I think especially with the intense screen shake that happens, it makes it very hard to kind of keep track of things like early on. Obviously, I was getting used to it. The more you play a game like this, you know, the better you'll get at it, obviously, like anything. But I would say right out of the gate, it was very like overwhelming visually in combat. But I think being able to turn down or reduce the screen shake will definitely go a long ways there. Obviously, being alpha build, there was some issues with some pretty intense frame drops during some of the combat as well. So that didn't help the game visually, but I'll get more into that in performance when I get there. Aside from that, I would say overall just its visual presentation in general is quite nice and charming, and I quite like it. It's pretty cool. I like the cartoonish sort of quirky vibe that it has, and I think it is complementary to the overall tone and sort of the humor the game gives us. So pretty cool stuff there. Now, in terms of audio, I like the audio in the game. I don't think there's a menu anywhere that I can find that allows me to adjust the volume. So the music in the game itself is quite loud. Obviously, you can just turn down your PC so that you don't blow your eardrums out. I wish there was maybe a little bit better audio mixing when it came to how loud the music is compared to the game itself, but obviously with some audio options, I think that will fix that problem. Aside from that, I like the weird, creepy screams and moans and all kinds of weird stuff, the explosions, and all the combat audio came across fine to me. I could basically tell, you know, each item or power or whatever I had its own unique sound associated with it, like the possession mask and the fart bomb, which is my personal favorite so far. Yeah, really cool stuff in terms of audio. I like how everything kind of stood out in its own unique way. I like, you know, all the monsters, like the goats, and they even have their like own death screams and things like that, and the gushy, gory stuff that happens during combat. Really cool stuff. I think it really helps lift up the game and your experience, especially during like intense combat. Having all those, for me, having all those noises and stuff happen is really enjoyable in games when it's done correctly. So aside from there being no like audio options, I don't have any issues with the audio itself. I think it's very complimentary and reflects what we're experiencing in the game pretty well. So I would say the audio is pretty strong. The music stands out for sure. I forgot to mention this, but I would say obviously we only have one level that we can do, I guess one run. The music is good, but it gets a little redundant. I wish there was some way to have music be kind of changed up here and there. I don't know how you want to do that. Maybe like per level or boss level or whatever you want to call it will have its own unique music or something like that. But I like the music here in the beginning of the game. Obviously, it's just sort of to set the tone and get you into the actual meat of everything. But the music itself on the run, while I like it, it feels just like it loops a little too much, or maybe it's just a little too redundant for me personally. I'm kind of sensitive to that stuff. It's not the end of the world, but hopefully you'll have some more music options in the future. In terms of mechanics, it's very fun, I would say mechanically. I like roguelikes and likes and however you want to call them, all the different roguelikes out there. I very much enjoy the gameplay loop of games like this. As of late, I've been getting really into them, and I would say this game does a fairly good job at it. I like seeing all the different unique items and pickups and power-ups and upgrades and stuff that we can do. Obviously, in the full game or in a more complete version of the game, you'll have a lot more options. You can see where all those upgrades can really take you. I think it'd be really cool to see. Obviously, a game like this is meant to be played repeatedly for you to get different builds and whatnot, and the upgrades themselves can be permanent, I assume, in the future, or as you are able to do more and more and more runs and actually progress through the story in the game itself, you'll notice and be able to really think about what you want to upgrade as you go forward and be a lot more rewarding in that manner. So it was really cool to see all the different sort of upgrades and weird attacks and stuff that we got, like the knives shooting out. So it seems like our chainsaw is our primary weapon, if I'm not mistaken. And then that shoots stuff, and you can melee with it. But then the items and stuff that you pick up will adjust it and power it up and alter it. Like, instead of shooting like little bolts in front of me, I was shooting knives out in like a quadrant, like in 4 directions, like flying off my chainsaw there early on. And then eventually we ended up getting some power-ups that let us have, you know, companions or whatever floating around us and just shooting stuff literally everywhere, and getting the extra bullet mutagen upgrade, mutator upgrade, was really beneficial. It made us destroy that boss. That was super cool. I really like seeing how everything in games like this sort of mixed together in their own random, unique ways, and really finding stuff that works for you, I think, is really interesting. I'm not sure how much choice there necessarily is on a lot of these things other than the shop itself. It seems as though you start the run, you get a set of items, and that's what you start with. And then as you progress and explore rooms, you find more random things that you can, you know, put together. And maybe if you don't want something, you just don't pick it up if you can recognize it by its icon. I'm not sure if I missed it anywhere, but I couldn't find a screen other than stats that showed what items I actually have on me that I can read more about. Because once you pick something up, sometimes I just couldn't quite read it fast enough, and that kind of bothered me. I wish I could just, you know, have a moment to read what an item is before I move on, and then I kind of know. But obviously, the more you play the game, you'll get better at understanding all that stuff, but that's just a personal observation of mine. So overall, mechanically, I would say the game is pretty enjoyable, and I think a really good start for a roguelite experience. I'm not sure necessarily what the overall like meta looks like outside of the random stuff you pick up. I'm not sure if the mutator is permanent or if there are actual permanent upgrades that you can carry on all the way through the game. It'd be really cool to see how that works out. Maybe I missed something, but yeah, I do like the randomness of roguelites, though, and I think, like I said, this is a really good start and really solid attempt at giving someone an experience like this, and I had a lot of fun with this, so I would say mechanically the game is really solid. Now, in terms of story and concept, the story itself is quite vague. You know, we play as Ember, and it seems as though we're having some kind of birthday party, or our parents are having a party, and our mother punches us and we fall to hell, and I think that's really funny. I like the humor in this game. It's definitely in the forefront, and I would say it's not grating, and it's, I think, pretty well matched with just the overall experience of the game itself. So really cool stuff there. Like I said, though, I don't know of much story beyond that. We're trying to just fight our way out of hell and get back. So really simple, but I like that. It's effective, and the concept, like I said, is really cool. I really like the concept of the game being a roguelike comedy horror kind of thing, but it kind of, you know, I've noticed, for me personally, you know how to make it ridiculous in the right way, but also show restraint in other ways when it comes to the humor. So I appreciate that. It's not so in your face and over the top and cringy and weird. Maybe I'm being a little biased because fart bombs I thought were really funny, but anyways, yeah, story and concept I would say are pretty solid, even though the story is quite simple. In terms of performance is good for the most part. I really didn't have any issues with the game's performance itself. Like I said, you gave me a link to Itch.io for this alpha build, and I decided to look it up on the Itch.io app on my PC, but when you go there and you click download or install, it says there's no compatible download files to be found. However, if I go to the my web browser, go to Itch.io through that way, it worked totally fine. So I find that just to be strange. It doesn't necessarily reflect the performance of the game itself, but getting into the game was a little strange, but not the end of the world. I figured it out, but just wanted to point that out. But for the game's actual performance itself, everything came across really well and how it ran. Only problem I had was when you're in combat, it's either when you melee something or like use a bomb. There are a lot of instances of like huge frame drops. Like if I were to melee something, like the game would basically freeze for a second or two sometimes, or like use a bomb, it would do that sometimes. Shooting didn't really do it all that much. I didn't really notice it when I was shooting. I don't know if it has something to do with the connection of the melee to the enemy also dying at the same time. Maybe there's just like something conflicting there. I'm not going to get into it because I don't really know how all that works, but definitely something wrong there, though. I'm not sure why there'd be such a huge frame drop or almost a freeze when you melee something or bomb something. And obviously, I figured I'd let you know about that. So other than that, performance I would say is okay. I didn't have any issues with it. I think just the huge frame drops affecting the combat like it did was kind of a turnoff, but obviously this is an alpha build and I haven't forgotten that. But yeah, that's just what I experienced, and I would say performance is just okay. So my final judgment for the End of Ember alpha build is I would say it's good. It's middle of the road for me, but I had a really good time overall, except for some performance issues, the lack of options, and also not being able to really check or read what items or power-ups I'm picking up in the heat of the moment, and I'd like to be able to see that whenever I want. But other than that, I would say this is a really good start, and this game has a lot of potential. I had a really good time with it, personally. I have been really getting into roguelites and stuff as of late, and this game definitely has that kind of appeal of those games that I like. Of course, it has its own unique art direction and style and comedy and stuff that I think works fairly well, and it's not too much. I think they have, been able to find that balance that works, and I hope they keep that sort of inspiration going forward into the development of this game. I very much enjoy the combat as well. I don't know if I mentioned that all that much, but I like the roguelike elements while also having some sort of bullet hell sort of scenarios happening, and I think it overall just it's very engaging, and I very much enjoyed it. So really good start here, and thanks again for reaching out to me and asking me to play this and review it. I hope you found my feedback beneficial in some manner of speaking. And yeah, I'd be happy to play more of this for you. If you have any future builds that you want me to check out, you know how to reach me. So yeah, this is a pretty cool experience, so I wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors and your work. Tell me what you think in the comments below. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you agree or disagree with me? Do you have anything to add? Do you just want to say hi? Let me know what's up. If you enjoy my content and want to support my channel, hit subscribe, leave a like, comment, and share the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. Don't forget to check the pinned comment below for the links to everything. Go play this game for yourself, form your own opinion, and tell the developer what you think. I'm sure they'd really appreciate your feedback as well as mine. Also, check the description for links to my socials if that interests you. And thank you for watching my video. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I think that's all I have to say about it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and don't forget, the pale moth is always watching.